Who have we got here today? I kind of put this off. Didn't quite know what to, where to start, what to do. Sun's going down here, but I'm out. I'm driving, so that's a plus. And just hang out here and answer a couple of questions about my situation. I've cruised out to the Conasauga River just to sit here and listen to the river run, watch the sun go down. Hey, Mac. Hey, Isaiah. I'm doing this on my phone, so I don't have my screen, and so it's going to be hard for me to keep up with a lot of questions. But I did want to give you folks an idea of how things are and what's going on with me, and get adjusted here. And thanks, Braden. Yeah, I'm a hair farmer now these days. The hair has grown like crazy. So I am, what's today? Today's Tuesday? So I'm 2 weeks out from my surgery. And I know some of y'all kept up with the situation over on my community page and Facebook and Instagram and all these places. But if you hadn't, I'll just tell you my story. So back in September, I started, well, whole story. Hey, Mark, man, it's good to see you. My friend Roy Curry, he's a guitar player. If you hadn't found Roy, he's absolutely amazing. But Roy and I had this gig, something we do every year, and we had gone up and played that job, and so we got done late, and so stopped on the way home to get something to eat because neither of us had had supper. But, you eat late. When you're my age, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. So I woke up the next morning with just some serious indigestion. No surprise, late night supper. And so I didn't think a whole lot about it, but it just kind of trudged on most of the day. And then that evening I'd run a little fever, and I thought, well, that's weird. So maybe a little food poisoning. So I thought, well, I ate something that didn't agree with me. And this went on, fever again that night. And during the day I'd be fine, fever at night. And so Thursday of that week, so, this thing rocked on from, a Friday night on to the next Thursday, almost a week, and it wasn't getting any better. And I had gone earlier that week, I'm running fever, so I thought, well, I better go get a COVID test. And so I went and I done 2 COVID tests, and both came back negative. And so I jumped on the insurance app on my phone, where they got, hey, you can talk to a doctor anytime you want. And so I dialed in and I talked to a doctor, and she was telling me that, hey, it sounds like, what you're telling me, this could be your gallbladder. I'm thinking, well, okay. Never had a problem with it. And she says, but what you're telling me, she says, I really think you need to go to the emergency room, and I think you need to go tonight. So I got my car and drove myself to the emergency room and talked to my doctor there, Dr. Donati, really, really cool guy. And he's, and he was pretty well sure that it was a gallbladder. He said, but we need to run a couple tests just to make sure. So, he signed me up for an ultrasound, and we did a CT scan. And so did both of those scans, and I'm back in my room waiting, and doctor comes back and says, hey, we were right, it's your gallbladder, but also wanted you to know that there's we found a mass on your right kidney. And I said, well, what is it? He says, well, we don't know, but we know it's a mass, and it's a renal mass of some sort. He says, They're generally cancerous, and that has to come out. Well, so at that point, they hook me up and transport me by ambulance to the bigger hospital for emergency surgery. So I get there. Well, they can't do the surgery because my gallbladder is so inflamed. And so the only solution for that was to put in a drain. So they poked a hole through my belly, right into my gallbladder, run a straw, about the size of a charging cable into my belly for this gallbladder drain. And I had to, I had a bag where my gallbladder could drain because it wasn't, it was blocked. And it was just, it was painful, it hurt, and the drain was annoying. And so I wore that drain for 7 weeks before we could do the surgery. And of course, the whole 7 weeks turned out to be this battle royale with my insurance company, which finally got resolved, thankfully, through the help of my folks at the hospital, through the state insurance commission. I have some friends in the insurance business. I have a lot of people that were willing to make phone calls, and I had one of my patrons on Patreon kind of had the ear of some folks at corporate at my insurance company, and he called them and reminded them of ethics. And so it was, I had a lot of people on my side. And so that got resolved. Insurance did what insurance was supposed to do. I still got enormous deductible that I got to pay, and I still have portions of it, but not to the tune of what we thought it was going to be. So that got taken care of. So with all of that said, now it's kind of, I'm kind of waiting at this point, just recovering. The surgery it's a robotic procedure. Da Vinci robotic surgery is what it is. You can look it up. It's pretty amazing. It looks like something straight out of Star Wars. Big robot, big huge thing with big arms and little cutty things, and really fantastic surgeon that really knew what was going on, and would just and I mean, my Dr. Lee is just, he's the bomb, man. The guy knows everything. But I've got holes poked all in me. I've got holes in me from my gallbladder surgery, and we did them both at the same time. We did gallbladder, the cholecystectomy, and then we did the nephrectomy too. So basically, it was about a 5-hour surgery to do both. I've got 7 holes in me. One pretty good size incision where the kidney came out. The good news on that is, lab work came back, and indeed it was a renal cell carcinoma, was cancerous. However, doctor believes that he got all of it. It was all contained to the kidney, all there and removed. So right now the plan is I'll do quarterly lab work to make sure that the cancer's not anywhere else. And after a year, we'll just go to the 1-year checkups. So that's kind of where I am. So there you go. That's my story. It's going to be a while before they let me pick up anything over 10 pounds. And, a banjo like mine, they're like 12 pounds a piece, so they're borderline. If you hand it to me, that's one thing. The problem for me is, getting them out of the case and getting, manipulating that. Like my road case, the road case with the banjo in it's 33 pounds. And I can tell you right quick that it's definitely not something that I want to just pick up and handle. I got a lot of holes poked in me and still healing and will for several weeks. They're telling me 6 weeks. So it's gonna be a little while before I start feeling like lugging a banjo around. You might get some ukulele content. I don't know. And my calluses are they're just gonna be all but gone. But I can do some open back stuff. But again, right now, I keep my instruments in cases, so I have to deal with the case to be able to deal with the instruments. So that's that. But it's coming, folks. I promise you. Hadn't forgot about you. And I check on y'all every day, and try to keep up with all the comments, and just getting stronger and better every day. Getting stronger and better every day. One thing I have noticed since the surgery, because here I've got a rotten gallbladder and a rotten kidney that my body is using up a lot of effort to protect me from. Somebody mentioned my hair. My hair and my fingernails have grown like crazy since I've had this surgery. So it's obviously now my body can focus on important stuff like hair and fingernails. I don't know, who knows? It's been a really good thing to go through this. And I know a lot of y'all have been praying for me and worried about me and hoping that I was going to be okay. And me too, it's definitely something that I really was concerned about. I mean, it's definitely something. I mean, it was, I didn't go in with, something minor. It's always that go big or go home with me thing. I'm the kind of guy that really never gets sick. I get a head cold, I get, runny nose, something like that. But I've never really been sick, I never had anything, that required much, that was of really any concern. And so this was all new to me. It's the first time I've ever had surgery. It's the first time I've ever been put under general anesthesia. I've never had that done before either. And so all of this is new. But my surgical team was fantastic, and my nurses were great. They call me. Hannah, she calls me just about every day, check on me to make sure that, that I'm good. And it's just been really great. So I'm just tickled, and I'm just so proud to be here. I really am. So, I mean, if there's, and I know I've talked a bunch, and I've seen a bunch of stuff going by the screen, but I got glasses on, and I have to peer up here and see what you're typing. But yeah, I'm recovering and doing better and getting better every day, and hopefully I'll be out picking soon. I can't hardly stand to just sit tight like I've been. I'm just telling you, this has been crazy. So if y'all got any questions or whatever, feel free to ask. I'll tell you what I can. Just mostly health stuff here today. I don't have a banjo here to show you. So I'm glad that but I'm glad I can be here to just chat with you for a little bit. So I appreciate y'all. I mean, there's 109 of you here right now. That does my heart good to see folks that are concerned about me. And I know y'all wanting to hear me pick. And what I use for fifth string capo, Isaiah, I use spikes. Do the little tiny railroad spikes. Thanks, Sean. Hey, man, I was talking to a friend of mine today, and life life comes at you sometimes. I mean, sometimes life comes at you so hard, and it just keeps on hitting, and you just, I mean, you have to take it. And, you know, it's good to be optimistic about it. It's good to smile about it, and be thankful for every moment that you've got. And I mean, because what else have you got? And I mean, it would have been real easy to get super down and depressed about the whole thing. But I mean, this is something we're going to get through, and yeah. So, but here I am, still kicking. They gave me my freedom back a couple of days ago, so I can get out and drive just a little bit. I can't go far. I mean, the nurse said, "Oh, you can go about 20 minutes." I said, "Well, that'll get me to town. I can't go far." And, it's like, okay, I can get to town and back. It's not like I'm going to be making any kind of road trips. I kind of live out in the country. Bluey, no, I really don't do much Irish music at all. Let's see. But I appreciate y'all coming out and checking on my live video. But just wanted to answer some questions and let you know that, I'll be back, and hopefully sooner than later. As soon as I can get released, the doctor to let me do some stuff. I've got 2 doctor's appointments this week. Got one tomorrow with my gallbladder surgeon, and got one Thursday with my nephrologist on my kidneys. So I'll let you know on that soon. I'm hoping I kind of know what the deal is. It's like, look, you got 6 weeks to rest and recuperate, and so that's what I'm going to do. But I'll be around, and I'll sure hope to be out here creating some content for y'all soon. I hope you've enjoyed the tabs and stuff that I've posted. If you haven't found my community page, go check that out here on the channel. There's posts, and I've linked to some of my older videos that you may have overlooked, and you can go back, and I've posted some tabs. My tabs are like $2, so that sure as heck helps, and that sure will offset some of these doctor bills that I've got staring at me. So so be sure to check out the community page. I also got Instagram, I've even got TikTok. I haven't done anything out there, but y'all are first. I haven't said anything, I haven't done a live out on either, Instagram or anywhere else. So just want to let y'all know, y'all mean the world to me, and just keep praying, keep me on your prayer list. And I mean, I do appreciate it. And I'll tell you what, start some noise. I'll take y'all home with me. We'll ride up the road. Oh, Jim Newton, I appreciate it. Here, y'all can ride along with Jim. I'll get you out of this little canoe launch pad here at the river. This is kind of a nice little place. I tell you, this jostling around, that kind of hits a few sore spots, but we'll go easy. This is kind of the area I grew up. Let's see here. Get out of here. We have to wait. Don't stream and drive. Well, fortunately, I am less than a mile, right at a mile from the house, so I think we'll be all right. We're right out here in the middle of the country, so not like there's a lot going on. So I think we'll be all right. Right now, my concern is getting home before my windows fog up. So here we go. Drive through the country with Jim. But I should have turned y'all around. Y'all could see where we were going. You can see where we've been. Didn't even think about that. But yeah, it's a nice day to be out and about, and I've enjoyed it. I had some shopping. I had stuff to do, so I went and took my passport to get renewed, and because I'm planning on doing some traveling after the first of the year. I'm going to get out and go visit my son. He's in Spain, so I'm going to go do that and spend some time over there with him. So that was kind of my agenda today. Well, that and a burrito. So, because, you know, food's important. Let's see here. We're almost home now. You know, this is all bottom land, right next to the river. So it's not too hilly, all kind of flat. People out looking for me, I know. And I just y'all live where you wave at folks as they go by. I mean, I know everybody up through here. So anywho, I'm home. I'll run y'all up the driveway here. Right on up in the shed. I usually back in, but today I'm just going to be lazy. All right, folks. Well, it's dark. Lights are out. I'm here. That was funny. Okay, folks. All right, folks. We'll see y'all next time. Bye, y'all. If I can figure out how to make it end. Peace.